Hello to all my dear viewers. Do subscribe my channel children, because we are proceeding with the syllabus gradually and you want to catch up with it, and if you are liking the explanations which are definitely going to help you in your exams and you are going to excel with full marks if you follow all my videos, because I have been into teaching since very long years and I know the type of correction, the type of papers and the type of teaching which is required, which is essential for it. So, therefore, children, do pay attention and do subscribe, like and share, so that you are updated with all my upcoming videos. So, you are you are following all the lessons. Class 9, we are going to proceed with chapter number 4, climate. We have already done about the factors influencing the monsoons, which was supposed to be very difficult regarding ITCZ and southern oscillation and El Nino and western cyclonic disturbances. Now, the other topic in our textbook is the onset and the withdrawal of the monsoons. Dealing with the onset of the monsoons, which says that the monsoon winds are pulsating in nature, pulsating as our pulse go. Similarly, the monsoon winds are also not constant. Sometimes they have a high speed, sometimes their speed becomes low. That is the meaning of pulsating. So, monsoon winds are pulsating in nature because while coming from the southern oceans, these winds are encountered with different kinds of atmospheric conditions. You know, when the atmosphere is warm, hot, the winds will be faster. When the atmosphere or the weather conditions will be colder, the speed of the wind will be reduced. So, therefore, the winds are pulsating in nature because they are encountered by different kinds of atmospheric conditions in the oceans while coming towards India. Second important thing, characteristics of this is that monsoon rains last in India for about 120 days from mid June till September. This is the period when rain falls in India. Gradually, when the monsoons arrive, they are not very heavy. They are called pre-monsoon showers. They are light. But after some time, the monsoon becomes suddenly very heavy and it continues for days, and that period is known as the burst of monsoon. It is called burst of monsoon. After few days of the arrival of the monsoon, when the rain starts, suddenly heavy rain starts pouring for continuously for many days. How does the wind arrive? The winds arrive from the southern oceans. Now, when the winds arrive, they are deflected into two branches because of the shape of the India, the peninsular shape of India, the winds get deflected, one from the Arabian Sea branch, one from the Bay of Bengal branch. By the first week of June, the monsoon hits the southernmost tip of India, which is in Kerala, and gradually it goes towards the northern side, and by within a days of 10 or 12 days it reaches Mumbai. The wind advances really very rapidly. Similarly, by the same time, by 1st of June, from the Bay of Bengal branch, the monsoon reaches Assam, and then because you can see these lines are all denoting the Himalayan mountains. So, these lofty mountains do not allow the winds to pass by. So, automatically the winds are deflected towards the west and they start pouring rainfall to the western part of the country. From the Arabian Sea branch, the winds that come, they could not cross the high mountains in the south. The Western Ghat mountains are very high in the South India, Kerala part. So, they could not cross it. So, most of the rainfall falls in Kerala and the Karnataka coastal areas. But gradually when we move towards the north, we find that the height of the mountains becomes low. So, the winds crosses these mountains and then cause rainfall in central India. So, by 15th of June, the central India starts receiving rainfall. Also, the region of Kutch and Saurashtra in Gujarat, that also receives rainfall by 15th of June. By 29th of June, Delhi also starts receiving rainfall. Delhi receives rainfall from the Bay of Bengal branch, which gets deflected like this from here. So, gradually by the 1st of July, all over India it starts raining. So, by 1st July till the end of September, it rains throughout the country. So, before that it was a hot weather season, the land was hot, the pressure was very low, so the winds were attracted. So, when these rains keep on pouring, the land becomes colder and the pressure condition changes within these months, and by the month of September, all over India the pressure condition becomes a high pressure, it becomes a colder climate, the pressure condition reverses and the land becomes a high pressure and the sea becomes a low pressure. Then starts the mechanism of the reversal of the monsoon. Now, the winds will no longer be attracted because now the pressure conditions are low in the oceans. So, the wind will try to go back. So, land has become colder. Now, the winds will go back, and that will be described as the withdrawal of the monsoon. So, next we will deal with the withdrawal of the monsoon or the retreat of the monsoons. Withdrawal of the monsoon, it takes place from the northwestern part of the country by early September. This is the northwestern part of the country. This is the part of the country which has received rainfall at the end. From June it has received, and by the month of July it came to the western part of India, and by September, very first week of September, the pressure condition changes and the wind starts retreating. They start going back to the Indian Ocean. So, this is how the winds start moving towards the Indian Ocean, and gradually the withdrawal is more gradual from the northern part of the country as compared to the onset. It is very slowly, it starts moving out, the winds move out from the land to the ocean. By 15th of October, the northern part of the peninsular India also has been withdrawn from the monsoon winds. No monsoons arrived now. The land is still moist, the sun starts shining brightly, the skies are cloudless, and gradually by the month of December, it retreats from the whole country. But from the southern peninsula, the retreat of the monsoon is very rapid. Now, let us talk about the islands, the Lakshadweep island and the Andaman Nicobar island. In these islands, the monsoon starts arriving from the month of April, from the south to the north. From April it starts arriving, by May it reaches the northernmost tip. In Lakshadweep also from April it starts arriving. So, these areas receive heavy amount of rainfall from April itself, and while retreating they start retreating from December from the northern part, and by January they retreat from the complete island group. By January it retreats. So, from April to January it rains in these islands. So, you can understand the amount of greenery, the amount of climate, the amount of crops that can be grown in these islands of India. Hope you are thorough with this explanation, you have understood each and every part of it, and if you have any doubt, do write in my comment section. Do like, share and subscribe, and thanks for watching.